Welcome to my YouTube channel. I shall be discussing Lego writing, how to write Lego research, either paper research, any research work. So number one is you have to first of all identify and find a topic. This is second edition of Lego research. I've discussed in the other one, but this one is updated one. Number one is need to look for a research topic. Why do I use the word research topic? I didn't say a topic, I said research topic. Research topic means that this topic must be researchable. It's not something that you just get anything and start writing. No. It is a researchable in the sense that people might have written on it. That is what it means by a topic to be researchable. So you need to seek a topic who have written on it. That's number one thing. Number two is introduction, which you're introducing your work, saying things you know about your work. Then background, saying the background you know, as in background of the story, maybe history or origin of the work. But in most cases, they always merge background and the introduction together. Then after that, we talk about statement of problem. What is statement of problem? Statement of problem is the problem you encountered that made you to embark on that journey of your Lego researchable topic. It's a problem that made you to start embarking on that. Because every Lego research is a problem that you are talking about. After saying everything you know about, you profile solutions, which is recommendations. Then let's move to the next stage, which is aims and objective. What is aims and objective? Aims and objective deals with you research methodology. Is the art of you researching on a topic, a particular topic. When you start researching on a particular topic, you need to bring a method of research that will aid it. What are the methods of research that will aid it? You have primary research methodology, you have secondary one, you have many of them. So depending the one you want to choose, maybe the trainer method. Mostly I always choose secondary method, and the trainer method is better. For most lawyers, that's what lawyers do. They always choose the trainer method and the secondary method. The primary method deals with all this getting questionnaires. You to use questionnaires and to solve the question. That's what primary aspect. Most primary aspect of research methodology deals with all the science. It is very good for science students to use. Management students, what is it called again? Social science students. It is good for them because there's other things that are there. A lot of mathematics, unlike secondary aspect of that has nothing to do with mathematics, and the doctrinal method, which has nothing to do with mathematics. Then this is where you choose this method you are using, because let me still say something now. Whatever you're using here will still reflect further as you are writing. Because if you think you just choose maybe type of methodology, then at the end, maybe if you choose primary method, at the end you start writing secondary method. No. If you choose primary, whatever method you're writing must rhyme. They will link. That is research for you. Then after research methodology, let's talk about research question. There's a research that's in the question you need to ask that you still answer. So depending the type of method you are using, it may be 3, 2, 4, but it's always a seed one, depending the type of research you are carrying out. Then after that, we go to another one. Let me discuss synopsis. Though I'm not discussing it based on the lining. It's not it's in the not as in I didn't follow it in a chronological order. Synopsis is talking about the structure. How you structure the work. Maybe chapter 1, this thing I'm saying, chapter 1, this thing I'm saying, depending on how you structure the work. Chapter 2, or literature review this with theoretical method and conceptual method and all these things. That's what synopsis is all about. We can still call it structural method or structural study or synopsis of the study or structure of the study. Then we talk about definition of terms. What is definition of? Definition of terms is where you define those difficult words. Those words you think that are too much, people may not be able to understand. The aim of writing is for communication purpose, so that your readers will understand. You don't just write for you to be blowing grammars. No, you write for people to understand. So in case all these people who blow grammars, you think that is the best. It is not the best. After writing, if the reader do not understand, no communication made. It is of no use. So that is the aim. So you need to break it down, those difficult words. You need to break it down in definition of terms. Let's discuss significance of study. Significance of study is the importance, those significances in your study, especially people that it will benefit. Maybe law students, social science students, business people, police, army, the people that you are researching with, people that will benefit, and the benefits of it. That's what we state in that your significance of studies. Then you go further to area of studies. What does area of studies says? Area of studies saying the area you're narrowing your work to. Most scholars and most lecturers, they don't like writing in a broad sense like Nigeria. They will tell you, no, write in local government you are, write in states, sometimes write within Nigeria. Some people will even write about Africa, because it's not even you are all about narrowing it or saying I'm writing about Africa. How many places can you go and get the data? Because there are data that are required for that. You need to get some data. As I say, this guy did this social thing here. Did you go there to verify if it is true? Because this is one of the things that is required in research. That's what is called research work. You are going out to research. You must research. You must research either via computer. You go out and research. You ask questions, ask people, especially the people who are there, or the people who are in charge of that place, or the officers, or the people who are working there. You need to ask them with their experience, what have they benefited? What do they know about this or that? That's why it's called research work. So all these things so that is the aim of that area of the study. You need to know the area. You need to narrow it down to a particular place, a particular area. Keynotes is where you state those important words you use. You just say this word was used, this word was used, this word. Just state them for easy understanding of your work, of your research work. Then we talk about literature review. In literature review, we review our work. What is literature review all about? It is all about bringing other people's work, combine them together, paraphrasing them, not just combine them and what is it called? And do copy people's work. No. Not to paraphrase. No. Not for you to copy people's work and bring together. No. What you are saying, you need to bring those people's work, paraphrase it. Paraphrase means you writing it in a way that it will be understood by the reader. That's the meaning of paraphrasing. So you need to bring other people's work together, combine together, then add your own word at the end. That is what is meant by literature review. Review people's work. As you say, this person say, Mr. Koke say, Mr. Benson say, so say. You bring them together, explain what they are saying, quote them, bring them there, explain all those things. That is what is called literature review. But people's work must be there very well. At least it's not even a paragraph or 2 or 3 lines. Add on somebody's one, 2 or 3 lines. Add on another person's quote, 3 or 3 lines. That's how you develop. That's what is called literature review. You review other people's work. Then let's talk about footnoting. Footnoting is out of you referencing the authors, like this literature review I just mentioned at Benishu. Bringing those people who reference in that literature review and the other places you mention people's work, even from chapter 1, even from introduction, background. Those people you mention people's work, you reference them, anyone you mention, you reference it by footnoting it, you click. you see it at the when you click on footnoting. To get footnoting in your computer or your laptop, you have to click on the reference. You see footnoting. You click on that footnoting. Once you click there, it will appear. Those work where you break it, you have to footnoting them at the end, at the extreme end of every page. That's where you see. Once you click, it goes there. You reference the person. That's what is called footnoting. Footnoting them, as in referencing them. That's what it means. Then after footnoting, let's discuss referencing. Referencing is you referencing them, but in law it is called bibliography. You have to reference those people you get their work. Mostly I use APASTA. We have different types of style. I have a Nigerian Law Teachers Association style referencing. So, but I prefer using APASTA. APASTA means American Psychological Association style. So you use it to explain something. For instance, now if I want to use it, you have to mention the name of the surname first. The other ones abbreviation. Then surname first, abbreviation of the person's name, parenthesis. You put what's it called, date with year mostly. You close your parenthesis. Parenthesis means in bracket. Then comma, the title of the work, comma. Then depending if it is journal or published work or unpublished, is another thing. Because if you journal, after that title, you write the name of the journal. If it's another person's work, after that title, you write the name of the work. As in, write where the work was published. After where the work is published, the year, the place, the state, the country follows. This is the style. So we're discussing scope and limitation. Scope and limitation deals with you have to state the limits and scope of your work. For instance, now you say my work is limited so place, or this limited me in my work due to financial constraint, due to my working this thing, or due to I don't have time to go some places, or I was not able to do because of those reasons that limited you during your work. That's what you discussed there. Then we'll talk about justification. Justification is for you now justifying your work, saying the truth, everything. That's in bringing it in a justification, saying the truth you know about your work. This is what happened. This is real. This is what happened. The other thing did not happen. The other thing happened. As in justifying it, saying the truth you know about that work. It's like you doing justice to the work. That's what justification is all about. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. This is the final aspect of the writing a Lego research work. I really appreciate, but I promise you that there is nothing that you need in Lego research work that is not in this second edition or updated one.